Hey everyone, how's it going? As always, I hope you're having a great day so far today. In this video, I wanted to share with you all how important it is to make every single day of your life matter and how every single day of your life should be accumulating into something greater. I call this the end game. It is just like how in the Avengers there is an end game in mind, and your life has to be the same way. Everything in between isn't as important as the end game, but you're never going to actually achieve the end game if you don't have step-by-step progress being made on a day-to-day basis. And people don't realize how important this is, because say you take one day off, that's not too big of a deal, honestly. You can take one day off, but it's when you let one day turn into 2 days, turn into 3 days, that it becomes an issue. I like to call this the 1 day rule. You can take off one day, but don't take off 2 days. It is very easy after 2 or 3 days to just let yourself fall into a rut of not accomplishing what you know that you need to accomplish your end game goals. So for me, for example, I have multiple goals in life, but one of them is to finish this rental property that I'm living in right now. I've turned this property from what it was before I started into eventually something that will be able to be rented to multiple people. On top of that, I also have the goal of becoming a world-renowned or just locally renowned DJ, becoming a successful DJ and producer. And I have many other goals on top of all of this, namely of which is to become rich. And today I have to make every single minute count. See, you don't have to make every single minute count. I take that back. Every now and then you can have breaks and you can have times where you just take a break and you don't make that minute count towards your end goal, but it's kind of like compounding interest. You can either compound your life negatively to where you don't really build upon itself and instead it just pushes you down and down because you get more and more into a rut, or you can make every single day count towards something. So far today, what I've done is I've finished some of the flooring on my kitchen right here. I've finished some of the flooring right here, and I'm going to finish the rest of the flooring soon, and then I'm going to do the backsplash afterwards. And then from there, I need to focus on the other goals in my life. So that is the goal of making this rental property rentable. But the next goal that I need to accomplish is just basically becoming rich. And my way of doing that is going to be by becoming a real estate agent. So later, after I'm finished with this, I need to focus on studying for my real estate degree. And then from there, I need to start thinking of my other goals. I want to become a rich real estate agent DJ who has rental properties. I have the rental property goal done. I need to focus on my DJing and production skills for a couple hours today. Then I need to focus on becoming a real estate agent today. And then from there, I will become rich in time. But you can't just forget about your goals because you come up with snags in the process, because otherwise you're never going to be able to get there. You can't let yourself get down. You can't let yourself just forget about what's going on in your day-to-day life just because you have depression or you have difficulties. Like for example, one of the difficulties I had is that I was trying to do a pattern with the tiles to where I have some of one type and some of another type. So I was going to do an A and B patterns where I have like a two-tone. I was going to use some of those tiles you saw in there and then some of these ones here. But the problem that I came to realize after I started laying them is that one of the tiles is 0.33 inches and the other tile is 0.38 inches. And you can't exactly have things that aren't level on a floor because chairs won't sit right. It'll just feel weird on your feet. And even if it looks aesthetically pleasing, it will still look aesthetically pleasing to have it like that And I don't necessarily need to go overboard because it's just a rental property. And, so I had a difficulty, and instead of dwelling on it and just being like, oh man, I should go forward with this how it is, and just, oh man, I should just give up on everything because one of them is 0.33 and one was 0.38. No, you have to move forward in life, forget about your problems, forget about the difficulties, and just take step by step progress towards the goals that you have in mind. And this is what I'm basically trying to say here is try to make it to where every single day you take at least one step forward in the positive direction that you're trying to achieve in your life, whatever it is, whether it's you want to become an actor, or whether it's you want to become a writer, or you want to become a famous chef, or whatever it is. Take one step forward in the positive direction, and then that step will lead to 2 steps tomorrow, and then that 2 steps will lead to 4 steps the next day. And like I said, it's okay if you have 1 or 2 days where you're not focused on your goals, and 1 or 2 days where you actually just slack off and binge watch TV shows all day. There's nothing wrong with that. But it becomes a problem when you do one day turning into 2 days, turning into 3 or 4, or a week or a month. That is when you're going to start to see significant decline in your progress. And that is when you're going to start to waste away your life. Your life is basically just a conglomeration of multiple days, and your days are just a conglomeration of multiple hours, and your hours are just a conglomeration of multiple minutes. And if you really, really want to make your life better, what you need to do is make it to where every single minute of every single day, you're pushing yourself toward whatever goal it is that you have in mind, so that you can become better and better, so that eventually you can accomplish what you have dreamed to accomplish. You can't just dream anything in the world. You can't just say, oh, I want to do this, so I'm going to just think that I'm the best thing on earth. And, say your goal is to go to Mars. Well, if you're not Elon Musk, you might want to reconsider this goal. You might want to reconsider an unrealistic goal. But if your goal is realistic and it is achievable, then what you have to do is work every minute of every day towards accomplishing that goal. And if you take an hour off, that's fine. Just work more during the other hours to where your day goes towards accomplishing your goal. And if you take off a full day or a full week or a full month, that's okay, guys. Just try to realize the harm that you have done for your future self, because your life compounds just like interest. And if you take off years now, you're going to regret it later in life. So what I have as advice for all of you today is to try to make every single day count towards your future self. Try to make every day count towards your end game, and try to get it done so that you can be proud of yourself later in life. And I appreciate you all watching this video, and until next time, peace.